So in order to replace the zipper, we're going to need to remove the old zipper first. And the way I did that, this is a bit of a reenactment because I already had it off, and I've designed the other part already. But what I did is I took a Dremel tool with a cutoff blade on it, abrasive cutoff blade, and I have the zipper placed back in place where it was when I did this. But basically, I took that cutoff blade, turned the Dremel on, and kind of worked from the outside and cut off the first. You end up cutting off the little loop that the little pull tab connects to. Then keep continuing on, and then as you keep going farther down, you got to work real slow because eventually you'll see the blue of the zipper coming through, and at that point you want to go real slow, because what's going to happen is if you start cutting any farther, you're going to start cutting into the blue, right? So at that point you try to break it off, and it should come off kind of like that, where you might even need a to put a screwdriver or something in there to pop it off, but that's essentially what I did to get that off. So here are the 3D printed parts, the outside part and the inside part, and then a screw. I actually have the old Yeti zipper pull on here already, so if you look here, there's might be hard to see because everything's black here, but there's a zip tie I have between that zipper pull and the hole going through the outside part. So what we want to do, so on the outside part, or on the inside part, we have this little hexagon hole for the nut. I'm going to pop that in there, so leave that just like that, and we're going to feed the screw through the outside part. And I've had this through here a few times, and there's actually the PLA. I printed this with PLA, and if you screw too hard down on it, it'll actually deform that PLA a bit, so you can kind of see where the screw head hits. So that's I actually used it's a number 6 screw. I used a longer screw than I needed. I just cut it off to the length I need, but it ends up being at about a 5/8 inch screw that you need to have. So if you buy one 5/8 inch long, you should be good. So at this point, we can slide it together and kind of stage it like this. You just want to make sure that you don't, if you engage that screw, you don't go too close, because we're going to want to put this assembly onto the Yeti cooler, and we'll do that here right now. All right, so you can see, so I kind of have the first couple of zipper parts here kind of engaged a little bit, and that's putting this piece on there, putting the new 3D printer part on there will kind of snap those together a little bit, but you just want to make sure everything's lined up well. So what we're going to do is take the assembly we made, and it's loose, it's fit together loose, so it can slide over the zipper, and we want to get that into place so it's pushed right up against the start of that zipper. So right in here, we take the screwdriver and start cranking down on that. And now you just want to double check to make sure everything's lined up. Okay. And once it's all lined up, you can get this guy, just tighten it down. And then give it you might have to work it a little bit to get it going at first. Oops, what happened there? Okay, see what happened there is we didn't get engaged quite right. So what I'm going to do is back this off. Seeing what's going on here. Okay, so all right, so now I got that guy tightened down. There, it's zipped up. The other thing you probably want to do, you know, I would get that in there and make sure everything's working right. And then what you can do is put some Loctite in there. So basically take the nut off, unscrew the screw and reinstall it, but with Loctite, and that would keep it from backing off later on. Like I said, I made that piece out of PLA. I think ABS is a much better choice, ABS or maybe, I don't know, a PETG or something. The other thing, make sure that you lube the thing up good. I actually don't have the lube that came with the Yeti, so I've been using this PTFE synthetic grease, and I just kind of worked it all the way around in there, and that seems to be working good to keep everything lubed up real nice.